प्रेजेंट कर लेना, इन लोगों ना।
अभी मेरा नहीं है, उसका है।
इसका भी है तो मैं इसलिए कर दिया, इसका भी अब ये करना है, शेयर एंटर स्क्रीन करना है, शेयर एंटर स्क्रीन करके फिर यहाँ से आपका ये है कर लेंगे ना। अगर होगा तो इसको भी बुला लेना, फिर हम किसी एक को मैं यहाँ पे भेज दूंगा, सेशन चलते रहेंगे,
ठीक है,
वो आपको गाइड कर, ठीक है।
अभी ये इजेक्ट करके रख दो, अभी इजेक्ट करके रख दो।
अभी देख लीजिए आपके हिसाब से इजेक्ट करके रख सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, आपको इजेक्ट करना है। प्रेजेंटेशन रोड यही करना है,
आपका होम कितना
प्रसादम में ही है।
प्रसादन में है ना, पेन ड्राइव लाए हैं? ठीक है, अभी कितना नंबर है आपका?
मेरा 273 पेपर है,
मतलब कितना नंबर पे ट्यूशन?
दूसरा ही।
दूसरा। अच्छा, तो मेरा दोस्त है तो खाली काम है, उसके पास थोड़ा काम है। तो वो दे देगा, तो पेन ड्राइव इसमें घुसा के निकाल देंगे, फ्री प्रेजेंट कर देंगे।
ओके, मतलब इसी लैपटॉप पे ये आपका लैपटॉप है या
इधर इधर शेयर पर्सन देंगे और इधर से स्क्रीन शेयर होगा वहाँ पर, और इधर से प्रेजेंट करना है।
इतना ही? ये लैपटॉप मतलब यहीं का है?
हाँ, इधर से यहाँ पे पेन ड्राइव घुसा के करना क्या है, आएंगे अपने हम फुटबॉल को और कर चलेगा मैं हेलो, कहाँ पे हो? मैं यहाँ कॉन्फ्रेंस से बोल रहा था सर। सर आपका वो प्रेजेंटेशन है ना,
तो परसा जो मीटिंग में आ जाइए आप कहाँ पे अभी आज ही कर लीजिए ये कॉल अनिकेता शर्मा की
मैंने का तो है अभी अपने पास।
आपका कौन सा नंबर है
प्रेजेंटेशन दिस वन
ऊपर ICITSIF का मिडल 0
हाँ
यस दूसरा नंबर
ठीक है ठीक हाँ ठीक है ठीक है
ओके।
आपका नाम है भैया
हार्दिक
खाली ठीक है
हाँ
उसकी कोई मेल आईडी है क्या
हाँ उसमें अगर अभी ऑफलाइन है देन तो फाइन है, अगर ऑनलाइन है देन को मतलब किसी गूगल मीट्स पे ही आना पड़ेगा, मतलब वो ऑनलाइन ऑलरेडी लिंक से शेयर्ड है।
यहाँ एक जीमेल आईडी है आई ट्रिपल ई मध्य प्रदेश
तो यहाँ से मिल जाएगी ना, वहाँ उसका मतलब मेल खुला होगा सर, वो तेरे वाले भेजना है मास्टर का, अनलेस तो भेज देंगे ना शाम को उसकी पर्सनल
सुनिए
कोशिश
क्योंकि मैंने वो फिगर पेस्ट नहीं की फिगर खोले तो रिजल्ट बैक हो जाएगी
खाली फर्स्ट वन पेस्टिंग, व्हाट इज नॉट पेस्टिंग। ओके
उसी में ओपन
हाँ
करना
ठीक है
उसी में ओपन करना
हाँ
अलग अलग ठीक है
देखो दिख रहा है उधर हाँ
प्रेजेंटेशन वीडियो दे देंगे इस पर
फिर इस
माइक नहीं ऐसे बंद
तो इस इन आवाज कैसे जाएगा, हाउ डू वी नो दैट कि जो लोग ऑनलाइन सेशन में होंगे
ऑनलाइन सेशन में है कौन ऑनलाइन सेशन में है कौन
और वो इसको करने को जैसे
कॉल तो कुछ नहीं है किसी का नहीं है
आई थिंक पड़ा ये अगर स्पीकर लगा हुआ है देन तो वो भी होगा।
उससे पूछो
आप चलो wait for 2 minutes okay that's it पर ये है तो सब माइक भी होगा और ये लोग बोलने में
अरे पूनम मैं ये बोला था कि
माइक
माइक से बोलना है क्या तो माइक वगैरह
माइक यहाँ पे स्पीकर ऑन है
ठीक ठीक है ठीक है कोई लड़की मैं समझ गया जो मेरे पास खड़ी थी ना
हाँ हाँ
भैया आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन है, आ जाइए प्रसादम में। प्रसादम में ठीक है, ठीक, सबको बुला ही देता हूँ भाई। हाँ ये बोल दी 2 मिनट में आ रही। भैया आप हेलो, प्रसादम में आ जाइए, प्रसादम में आ जाओ, बोल रहा हूँ प्रसादम में आ जाओ, प्रसादम में आ जाओ। पता नहीं ज्वाइन कर रखा है किसने, देखा गूगल मीट में कौन।
क्यों भाई जस्ट यू
इसको बाहर निकाल देता हूँ। इसको निकाल। हाँ हाँ, अभी सब पहले इनका है।
मेरा सेकंड नंबर पे है सीवन नाइन।
प्रवीण
तो अभी
अभी
किनका है?
will start from there to 5 minutes again. Okay.
ओनली 5 मिनट्स।
5 minutes for the slide sharing and 2 minutes for the question and answer.
जी अभी मैं उसको स्लाइड्स प्रेजेंटेशन अभी दूँ।
नहीं भी नहीं अब ऑन द स्पॉट अपन आपको आगे अपन लगा के
कर सकते बदल सकता है।
हाँ
अभी कर
नहीं तो एक साथ दो सेशन चलेंगे उधर भी इधर
अच्छा
ठीक है। मैं मान हेलो भैया, मैं खुशवंत बोला था कॉन्फ्रेंस, खुशवंत सिंह कॉन्फ्रेंस से बोल रहा था सर। आपका प्रेजेंटेशन है होने वाला है तो सर आप आ जाइए, क्योंकि 11:30 से प्रसाद हॉल में आ जाइए। आपकी पेपर आईडी है 7564 310 310 हॉल नंबर 2 के नीचे है प्रसादम करके हॉल नंबर। ये बोथ है, ऑफलाइन है सर। 310 पेपर आईडी। सर 3102 410 आपके ही स्टूडेंट हैं, तो आप आपके जितने भी स्टूडेंट हैं सर, तो आप एक बार ओके सर, ठीक है सर, ठीक है सर। पर सर फोर्स, ठीक है सर, ठीक है सर, ठीक है सर। कहाँ पे भाई? अरे मैं यही है कंस्ट्रक्शन। हाँ वही तो, हाँ वही वही कॉन्फ्रेंस में ही। हाँ वही नहीं, मैं सर को बोल दूंगा कि मेरे फ्रेंड फैमिली का है वो जनरल, वहाँ वहाँ जा रहा हूँ कल। मैं बताता हूँ, कॉल करता हूँ तुमको। ठीक है। अच्छा आपको कॉल करूँगा। हाँ हाँ मैं सर कॉल।
सर एक्चुअली हमारे प्रोफेसर बाकी जितने भी सारे होंगे सब कुछ जो है वो जो लिंक आप एक बार बस मेरे को लिंक फॉरवर्ड कर दीजिए, मैं पूरा ग्रुप बना दूँगी।
एक जरूर क्या करते हैं ना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। सी
लिंक से फ्रेंड्स
कोई ऐड पीपल में आएगा ना मैम? आपके आईडी बोलना, ईमेल आईडी।
जैन समृद्धि
समृद्धि, पीछे वाली सही।
हाँ
तो आप उनको, आपके पास आएगा लिंक, आप भेज दीजिए। मुझे यहीं से शेयर करने को बोला, बट आई लिंक कहाँ मिलेगा इस टाइम आगे? नहीं ये link, वो आ जाए। ठीक है, पहले प्रेजेंटेशन देखा भाई। हेलो मैम।
ऑन ऑन कर दो।
नहीं जैसे
सभी के होते हैं क्या?
कॉपी नहीं मैम, कुछ लोग ऑनलाइन आ रहे हैं।
अच्छा कुछ लोग ऑफलाइन में हैं, दोनों हमारे पास।
आप देता रहूँगा। मैम आपके पास कॉपी मार्किंग के लिए?
बस अभी कुछ नहीं है, फिर ठीक है तो
एक बार फिर से उन्होंने क्या बोला, कैसे जज और
उन्होंने बोला मार्किंग शीट यहाँ पर दे दी है, नहीं
चेक
बोला मैंने तो कॉल कर
यस यस
है ना।
इसके नीचे पीछे ठीक
तो इसका आपके पास
मी
ये
सी प्रेजेंट ठीक है।
सोसाइटी नॉट से
ओके
क्या एक्स्ट्रा है यहाँ पर?
हाँ आप पास कर लीजिए।
बस
इसमें खाली देना।
Good morning to all of you. This is the first session. we have the first
You can sit there and
right side having the file difference. So you have 5 minutes for the slide training and 2 minutes for the answering and question.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Abhinav, I am from Department of Information Technology. Today, I will be presenting on deep learning-based cardiovascular disease prediction with explainable AI. So, these are the contents of my presentation. Moving to the introduction, as cardiovascular disease are the leading cause of death worldwide. WHO reports approximately 17.9 million deaths annually. Early detection can significantly reduce mortality rates. Existing challenges: traditional diagnosis depends on heavily on physician expertise. Deep learning models often lack interpretability. Lack of transparency reduces trust. So the proposed solution is that we are building a model that is not just accurate but explainable to the doctors. Objectives of our project is that we are developing an effective deep learning framework for severe prediction. We have compared 3 models, AN, CNN, and FNN, and hyperparameterized the FNN model and formed a twin model. As this model has achieved high recall to reduce missing diagnosis, as we have integrated shape and line for model integrity, as deep learning faces lack of interpretability to the user. As our motivation is that accurate prediction alone is insufficient in healthcare, so we are thinking of an understandable and transparent AI system so that we can provide a better report. This is the proposed framework. As there are the phases of our project. So at first we have data collected from the UCI Cleveland dataset and pre-processed the data. After that we have trained 3 models, ANN, CNN, and FNN. After that we have formed a new model that's named TL. So after that we have integrated explainable AI to the interpretability. Then we have done the testing and the bias detection and the performance analysis of the models. Then we have done the final security prediction, and we can deploy in web-based format so that user can use that. This is the tune model architecture built on feed-forward neural network. In this, as the feed-forward network only runs on 0.01 learning rate, we have reduced the dynamic learning rate to some extent. The dropout rate has been changed as the previous model doesn't have different dropout. As a validation recall configuration has been set, if the maximum recall is more than the current recall, it states that the model has achieved the highest false negative of the recall. This is the explainable AI. This is the waterfall model of the step, as it shows the output. As it shows the output of in shape, as it shows the waterfall model. It shows that the particular data of a patient in which state it has the factor of the heart disease or not. Like as we can see in this slope of ST has given plus 0.02 value, which is indicating a factor of heart disease. Like there are 2 more factors, FVS and other thalliums and all. it has given the overall concept of a report. Like in Lime, it gives the local interpretability of a model, like a particular model, particular patient data, in which factor probably increases the disease and increases the disease. Like as in this data we have input, it shows there's no disease. Like it has given the blue markings in which it says that it has no heart disease, and the 0.07 percentage is says that it has disease which will not be considered. This is the model comparison of our matrix. Stream model ANN, CNN, FNN has given accuracy below 90, but after the tune model, it has given 90.7 percentage overall precision and recall, which has given more. And this is the model comparison of each parameters using every models. This is the precision recall curve. As there it shows that the red markings, which is the model for the tune model, which is given the highest recall and the precision is above 0.3 near to the 0.0. So it shows that it has covered every disease patient in the data set.
Your xenographic is ready to pair.
Conclusion is this tune model has achieved highest performance along all evaluated models. Shape and line successfully integrated for better interpretability, and explainable AI reduce the black box limitation of the model as it shows the proper description of the disease, how it has been diagnosed. As this framework shows potential for real-time clinical development, we are thinking of deploying this as a clinical web-based model so that user can use it. Thank you. So that any user can get their reports and take their disease, whether they are diagnosed or not. Further, we can provide more data set like this data set has been taken from UCI Cleveland dataset, which are always being used for this disease purpose. So that we can in future we can use larger data set by getting from hospitals and all, like individually we can take the data and we can interpret it so that it will give.
So we have this and have 5 minutes for the session. Some of the question is being. सुना
273. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
ठीक है इंस्टेंट wait of
Just wait.
लैपटॉप से वीडियो कर चालू करी वीडियो से हां वीडियो कनेक्ट करी ब्लूटूथ इसका
नो क्या नाम क्या है? नाम क्या है?
जो हुआ
So, index. Hello.
हाई सीरीज
Hello. Yes. Hello.
कोई नहीं है ठीक है पीछे देखा ना आ जाएगी ना
आप बिल्कुल करेक्ट लगा रही है।
हाँ हो गया
चालू करिए।
हो गया ना कनेक्ट ठीक अभी तो कोई आएगा तब देखते हैं
नहीं नहीं, आप चेक कर लीजिए तो क्या है कि
हाउ डू वी चेक हम कैसे पता कर पाएंगे अभी तो कोई है नहीं ना
मैंने कुछ भी ये कि चालू कर कुछ भी चालू करके देख लिए।
ठीक है ऐसे कुछ चलने देते
हल
मैं आपको फोन में ठीक है
हाँ
ठीक यस सर
भाई जी
Good morning, everyone. My name is Hardik Telanguri. I am from Department of Electrical and Computer Science Engineering, Institute of Information Technology, Research and Management, IIT Ram, Ahmedabad. My today's topic for presentation is automated classification from token images to visual-based deep. Here's the outline of the presentation. We will start with introduction, move to the objectives, data set description, methodology, results, discussion. So, the diseases related to the retina are major cause for the vision impairment in the previous decade and recent times. Now, some of the major diseases which are related to retina, choroidal neovascularization, or for short, diabetic edema, or brucin. These are the most frequent conditions related to retina, and that can cause damage to retina. They are measured through optical coherence tomography or OCT, which provides the high resolution cross-sectional images for retina, which helps us diagnose these different conditions, or which can help whether person is having a normal retina. Now, the manual way of processing this manual OCT interpretation is being done by human, hence it is prone to diagnostic variability because it is accurate. So, the need for automated deep learning based system which can support this manual detection and make it fast and consistent for diagnostic in time. Here is the objective of our study. So, major objective or first objective is that to develop automated deep learning for multi-class retinal disease diagnosis using OCT images. Design dual-branch fusion-based model by combining resonant which gives us local in DEIT transformer for global communication. Our objective was to evaluate the proposed model for application of 4 different classes, including the 4 diseases which I mentioned earlier, CME, DME, drusen, and in normal. And to evaluate the proposed fusion model, standalone models, and existing methods which present in the literature. Now, showing you the description of the data set. Here is the image for all 4 classes showing normal. This is the image of normal retina. This is the image of patient diagnosed with DME, PME, TME, and drusen. This data set has been collected from Germany et al. It is publicly available on the website they have provided. And here is the here is the breakdown of images considered for training and testing. We have divided our whole data into training, validation, and test set. Total 70% data has been used for training and 15% for validation as well as testing. And we have used total 1,09,309 images, or that is all presenting the existing data set. Among which 76,516 images have been used for training set, 16,000 images used for validation, and 16,396 used for test set as well. The class including the highest number of images were normal and Brucian, the least number of images. Even more average condition. This is methodology of doing post method. We have taken the images, we have converted it to the structure, and we have taken two different branches. One is the DIT small transformer, and the other one is in architecture. In DIT architecture, we take first batch embedding, then we have the transformer and solar block, including multi-gas transformation. Then we develop features from it, which DIT gives me total 384 crores. For RASNet, we go for mutual convolution layer with the 7x7. Next pulling sequence of natural block and triple and we get 512. Then we can continue and them and then classify using output. It will give me four different classes. Here is the detail for the majorly we have taken two different branches. So the CNN is the resonating small pitch transformer, and the fused features are total 896 with the approximate 5. We have used add-on W optimizer with learning rate of 10 to minus 4. We have used loss entropy loss function, and we have used Aristotle steps with the back size of 16. Okay. So here is the result. Here is the conclusion matrix of the. Here is the value of different for per class and macro level. As you can see, obtain high values for wisdom recall outcome and accuracy score. Accuracy is reported 99.18%. Here is the training and validation loss obtained for the proposed model. As you can see, the validation loss is coming down in the plateauing as the accuracy is also increasing in the plateauing. As there is no gap between training and validation loss, highlighting that there is no overfitting. Coming to the discussion part, as you can see, we have all, except for training the whole model on two different branches, we have also trained the model using standalone Raspberry and detailed accuracy. We have obtained 98.52% accuracy of using Raspberry, 98.85% accuracy using detailed transformer, while the fusion model is giving us 99.18% accuracy, which is better compared to the standalone. Here is the comparison with existing literature, and we can say we have provided better results than existing studies. And here is the conclusion. So, model is using the proposed architecture of the Raspberry and results indicate the potential of the OCT based internet support. These are my references.
Yes.
Today, I presented my work of So my work is decision diabetic predictor machine learning model for Indian healthcare system. So these are my contents. First, introduction, objective, then proposed model, this is model, model performance comparison and PRUC curve, result and comparison, statistical significance and feature analysis, and the conclusion. So, worldwide, there are 422 million diabetes patients, and in India, around 77 million adults are suffering from diabetes. So there are conventions as like HbA1c, which is HbA1c and OGTT test. These are very costly for very middle class Indians. So a machine learning model is very important here. So my game is here. So this is my object. First, I compare all the machine learning classifiers like logistic regression, support vector machine, decision tree, random forest, metaboost, gradient boosting, and then I introduced a custom model which is MLF. It is actually modified logistic regression algorithm. So this is how I modified the standard logistic regression algorithm. I introduced the positive class weight loss. Um, First on reducing the false negative cases. I introducing the positive class weight, tune this weight from 1 to a value 2. And I introduced the adaptive planning rate, which helps convert the training of the model. And I introduced the uh, threshold optimization. I reduced the threshold from standard 0.5 to focus the model to uh, focus on the false negative cases. Because in medical cases, if a patient is diabetic and the model interprets it that it's not a diabetic patient, then it is very risky. So my focus is in higher the recall of my model. So this is the proposed model diagram. So this I collect from PIMA Indian dataset from NITTK, and then I found some data with visualization and validation and data pre-processing. After that, I did the feature engineering. In feature engineering, I added the systolic blood pressure, which is not in the dataset, and then I trained the model. And finally, after 10-fold cross validation, I hypertrained the model, and then the model is going to predict the patient is diabetic or not. These are the result of my MLR model. As you can see, my model gives the highest recall and the F1 score, and the this is the precision recall AUC curve. So that like pink one is my MLR model, which gives the highest recall and the highest F1. So, like the question is, if we randomly increase the recall, this is not statistically significant or clinically significant. We perform some tests, like we took some single line test, which yields the p-value which is 0.0039. The p-value less than 0.5, then it is actually statistical significance. So my value is 0.00339, which signifies that my model is statistically significant. I also performed the Phillips delta test, which is 0.66, which also indicates that the model is statistically significant. I also performed some feature-wise analysis, like I performed LOFO, if one feature out feature, which after performing LOFO, this single feature F1 score and the permutation importance, I find that the glucose, the parameter glucose is the most critical parameter, which actually holds the if patient is diabetic or not. It holds the measure to health. So these are the conclusions. The MLM model is the best recall and the F1 scores. And I find that glucose is the strongest predictor across all the featured analysis. And also my model is very fast for testing purpose because you can see the time is very less. So it is very significant for real-time deployment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we have one next speaker, Mr. Ravi. So are you online? Are you able to hear us? Sorry.
Thank you. Starting as well.
Dr. Kunimudi. We have co-authors with us. One of my co-authors, Dr. Professor, who is a faculty of pharmacy, faculty of management. And we have other co-authors also, expected deal members, Sharma and deal members, both of us. We are presenting a paper on the infection-related diseases. Over to
Thank you, Dr. Mehta. Now we discuss about what is the AI really take to in the healthcare system. Basically, the digital plus the AI transformation of disease is not as a line of resolution, is the breakthrough of the how the AI dynamically change the transformation of the whole AI system, whole the healthcare system from the reactive system to the proactive system. Reactive system means when the disease occurs, and after the disease occurs, when the it is in proactive system, in the based on the AI, we can detect and predict some kind of disease. Depend on the there are a lot of information based on the lot of data. So here we can understand that in traditional diagnosis system, basically they are start from here. But these are two graphs. The yellow part is the diseases started, but and that is red part is this is already occurred. But in traditional system, the diseases start, but we cannot find out the where is the start pointing of the disease, any kind of disease. But and at that time, there is a lot of time we spend, a lot of energy we spend because in this area, this red area, this red zone, basically at that time, mostly diseases like for example cancer disease, we find out the fourth stage, third stage, we can find out that this person is face this kind of stage, this kind of cancer. Due to the because the lack of data, we cannot predict the in conventional method. So that is the main problem in the conventional method. So we can understand in this slides. There in 1970 there is a written article mycin intrusion. Mycin basically is a rule-based system when in treatment of any kind of disease. There are 5 rules, and based on these rules, the doctors and physician they treat the person. But they are very long process, and sometimes the of data breach, and we cannot predict any kind of disease concern. But again, with the paradigm shift, when we talking about the deep learning is again is one of the most advanced learning system where we big data. Big data is include a lot of informations regarding the patients. For example, MRI, CT scan, and blood samples. They are genetically informed. There are a lot of things we can discuss in a later part. So this big data, this big learning sequence, they are connect all the biomarkers and predict and detect the disease when they occur. So it's one of the most hyper in fact this is in modern technologies mostly based on the clinical database. Based on the clinical database, we can easily predict any kind of disease. So these are the different models. They are machine learning models. They are just like we can compare the human anatomy. Just for example, the CNS, the convolutional neural networks. They are just like eyes of any kind of big data. What is the function of the CNS? They are function the radiologies and imaging of all the structure, different kind of CT scan, different kind of MPR, and all the mechanical, all the electronics
Hello.
information synthesis. And that's what is a 90% of the
Hello.
analysis we can detect. Because this scan, this CNS scan is eye of the big data.
Hello.
Can scan the small pixel from the body, so you can easily detect the tumor before they occur. Then LSTMS is a long short-term memory system. These are also the memory EHR. EHR means electronic health records analysis, and they can all this analysis of the EHR. They can predict the onset of chronic kidney disease and all the kind of infection. Random forest. Another is a AI tool we can use in the system. AI tool is basically lifestyle and genetic analysis, because some cases they are lifestyle disease. For example, diabetes. Diabetes is a mix of the lifestyle and also genetics. So they are basically both the information, the lifestyle disease and genetic analysis. Based on this tool, we can hide decision predictive and risk modeling of diabetes. SPM, they are the mostly used in histopathology. Means we can discuss, we can learn the cellular level. In the cellular level, we easily prediction of the early cancer detection. So these are the models of the AI, just like act like a human. We can just compare human physiologists. Just like that, this is oncology focus. We can already say that in our previous slide, they are CNS model. They are detect all this kind of cells. These pixels, they are roughly they are not because they are identified by the doctors due to their apparent small pixel. But these are CNS. They are easily find out, so that the 35% reduction in the false negative of the deep mind health machines, their human accuracy level is so much high. On the other hand, they have the cardiovascular focus. Cardiovascular focus just like is 24 monitoring, just like this my wearable AI. Whereby they are continuously monitoring the whole AI system, all the deep data system, 24/7. So they all the information, all the big data towards the regarding the patients towards the different kind of need. So another is the peering into the future of the neurological. For example, in this point, the point A, the AI detection point, mostly when we're talking about the Alzheimer's disease is one of the most brutal disease, because we cannot find in early stages. So the help of the AI, we can easily detect as soon as possible with the help of all those data. This data, the MRI scan, genetic matters, amyloid beta and clock, they are all together, mixed together, and give us some kind of detection, some kind of prediction for the particular disease. For example, Alzheimer's is a long term. In the point B, they are emerge in human body. But there's a point A, with the help of the data, with the help of the big data, with the help of the AI, we can easily predict the Alzheimer's disease easily. Okay. So this is some type of frictions, because mostly doctors, they are not very much suitable for the AI, because the black box method, black box, basically the AI is the interpretation they have given the results, but they have not defined how the results come from. So the mostly problem, the doctors, they are very much they are hesitant how to adopt all these things with the help of AI. So, in next slide, this is the model of building. This I already said that there's a black box. Black box basically is the information gathering. Raw data go to the black box. The black box is generate synthesis all the information, and after that, new thing is explain the model of XAI. XAI is the new generation of AI model where we can only not only the predict the disease but also with the explanation, so that the doctors can easily understand. Accountability is also increased, and so at the same time, the restore the clinical trust. So in the medical field, the trust and accountability is one of the most important criteria. They are the hospitals, they are data center also, right? These are the different type of data we can collect from the model. This is the genomics, genetic level, if you like the data. Okay. Last one. This is the last one. Okay. So this is the whole overall picture of the result mix. We collect the data from these variable devices. This is the multi-omics profile. We can also get data from the different levels. These are the long-read ER, EHR means electronic health records. All the data come into the resultant wing. Resultant wing is an AI model. From the basis of this thing, all this information, they continue. They give the patient specific treatment. This means they are the tailored medicines for the patients, with the customized medicines for the patients, so that the acceleration detection is complete, and the focus, even drug discovery, they increase the risk also, because any new drugs discovered almost 14 to 15 years. Due to this thing, we can easily detect any kind of drug from the less of time. Thank you very much. The data is different sources of it. Some data is from sorry. Yeah, I mentioned my paper also. Yeah, paper, all the data is right now not there. They will do the presentation of the paper. So after the paper, we just disclose. No. Actually, this is only the starting point of the healthcare system. We cannot. We just compile all the data, and after that, we put the research.
This paper is also related to society point of view. सोसाइटी में जो स्पेशली आई केयर का सेगमेंट है, that will be highly beneficial because the literature review and the data collected has been collected from the authentic sources. The Journal of Ophthalmology, World Journal of Ophthalmology, eye care journals have also been there.
Thank you so much, sir. Or the next speaker is online. So ID number 310, are you able to hear us? Hello. You are okay, listen.
CM.
Is your friend guys? And I.
The next one is
हाँ.
311 भी मेरा ही यूज किया.
Okay. Alternate. हाँ, तो तुम किसी से करना? 311. 312 is online present or not, please? If you are there, then you can. Yes, Badal, are you there? If you are 311. 312, sorry. 312. Are you there present online? Am I audible or not? Anyone can open your speaker and please let me know that am I audible or not. Hello.
Good afternoon. I think the audio quality is not very clear. We're so sorry, we're not able to hear anything.
Okay, 312. Four four one. Four four eight. Yes, okay. Four four eight.
मतलब एक पर दिखे तो but उसको आवाज पहुंची नहीं है तो मुझे नेक्स्ट फाइन यहाँ से ओपन होगा दिखेगा क्यों कोई सा भी गानों को नहीं गाते हैं इंसान ऐसा It's on edit. ठीक है ये ठीक है Let me start then we can okay. So we have our new speaker 310 and 311 together. Sorry. सभी एडमिट कोई नहीं है बाकी
Respected parents, researchers, and fellow participants. I'm Samruddhi. I'm from JNLP Jawaharlal Nehru Medical College, Varda, pursuing second year of MBBS. Today, I will be presenting my review article on next generation cardiology AI-based predictive analytics for CVD management. My work mainly focuses on how AI is transforming cardiovascular healthcare through early disease management, ECG analysis, test X-ray, X-ray interpretations. So, the introduction slide introduces the need for AI in cardiology. Cardiology diseases remain the leading global cause for the death around the world. The image on the right represents the ecosystem of AI-driven precision cardiovascular medicine. The lower section of the image shows different learning approaches that are supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. The objectives for this AI in cardiology are to compare the different AI models which are currently in use for heart diseases, X-rays, and ECGs, to highlight the use of AI in ECG analysis, chest X-rays, and wearable devices which are used to for early prediction of the cardiological diseases and symptoms. The methodology used for the review article is the study reviews the AI-based approaches which are used for cardiovascular diseases, which are used for early detection of the heart failure. It compares the basic 5 models. They are CNN, LSTM-based RNN, GAN, augmented CNN. The main important CNN. CNN models are mainly used for ECG and medical image analysis because they automatically extract special features. In this image, there are pleural effusion, that is the lungs due to the more amount of air in the lung. And the second is the cardiothoracic X-ray. It shows that in heart transplantation risk prediction, the use of AI has increased in great amount. Ventricular arrhythmia prediction achieved 89 to 92% accuracy using ML approaches. The challenges faced by using the AI or by not using the AI are data imbalance. Just implying on the X-ray machine without any proper data can lead to misjudgment. AI systems need stronger validation before widespread clinical use, patient data privacy, and security concerns. Discussion, which is important while we are predicting the X-ray and comparing ECGs. It is wearable technology. Those are the watches which we use for counting the heartbeat. While walking, the footsteps are counted, which may also help in predicting the early symptoms of heart failure. The future prospects, which can be seen at the graph, here the graph compares multiple AI approaches which are used for differentiating accuracy and precision. For this review article is that AI has a strong potential to improve the detection and prediction. So using AI can help solve the vascular disease. AI has shown the accuracy of the graph, which are used here. Research.
This is start, no? ऐसे नहीं आना क्या है इसका मतलब देखिए क्या है 387 ना 477 इसको लो खत्म करो मैंने नहीं सुना कौन सा है which one is out which one
ये प्रवीण का नहीं है मेरा नहीं ये वाला famous है
477 it's source ना
but this is what एक बार प्लीज मेल ओपन करके देखो उसका टाइम से ले जाओगे
कोई बात नहीं इसमें सब है ना तो वही कॉपी है प्रवीण हो गया 8 लेते हैं नहीं हो गया पेन जगह छोड़ो एक सेकंड इस पे भेजो ये तो बात आईडी लग रहा है इसमें से पीएक्स है लेकिन किसने कर लेते हैं ये बोला हो गया मेरे को कोई दिक्कत नहीं मैं तो करवाने की इसमें कर लेते हैं पीछे 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 क्या है
नहीं भेज सकते हो
ठीक है चाय
ईमेल आईडी पे ये लोग मेल वो भेज दे रहे हैं उसी वाले पे चल जाएगा जल्दी भेज चिमिक्स चल रहा है क्या नहीं चिमिक्स चला है सबको बंद कर देखो ये अपने इंसान करें तीन जगह है
चलिए चलिए कैसे कैसे कनेक्ट हो गए सर को स्टार्ट पहले से मेल नहीं खुल रहा है क्या नहीं खुल रहा मेल नहीं खुल रहा है व्हाट्सएप कैसे लॉगिन करें खुद से भेजूं क्या सुबह तक जाएगा नेक्स्ट करते देना पेन सर 35 के फोन नंबर है उल्टे बता गई जो ऑनलाइन है वो अनम्यूट नहीं कर पा रहे अनम्यूट क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे वो हम उनको सुन पा रहे हैं बट वो भगवान हो जाए सब पहला चल रहा है आई थिंक सर ये इधर वाला अब ऐसा मत करिए सर प्लीज मीट बंद करिएगा शेड्यूल हाँ ये दिन ट्रैक 3 चल रहा है ये ट्रैक 3 है ना अब जो ट्रैक 3 वाले बैठ तो सर ट्रैक 3 है ना इधर हाँ ये ठीक है दैट इज फाइन जो बेचारे उधर से हैं मैंने फंस गया तो मैं मोबाइल से किसको दिखाऊंगा इसको दिखाएंगे कैसे स्क्रीन में बताया तुम्हें बात सुनो ये उस वाले लैपटॉप से ज्वाइन कर लेंगे हाँ उस वाले लैपटॉप का स्क्रीन में तो आएगा जब पिछले हाँ उसको दिक्कत नहीं वो तो फोन से दे देगी बट उनकी किलो कैसे रखेंगे ये स्क्रीन को इसलिए लैपटॉप वाला जो लैपटॉप है उसको तो भेजो वो जा रहा है फाइल इसमें कुछ भी हो जाता है कुछ भी नहीं इसमें आप फोन के लिए ये फोन में ऐसे फ्लैट स्क्रीन पे दिखा देगा या अच्छा ये तो यही सेव कर फोन को सीधे रखो एक सेकंड हम यहाँ से प्रेजेंटेशन बताइए फुल स्क्रीन करो उसको शेयर स्क्रीन फ्लॉप ये हो गया ना कैसा क्या कह रहे हो कुछ तो कह रहे हो तो चेक करता एक सेकंड इसको पास है स्पीकर का बात है सब इनकी बात है साढ़े 4 ये फिजिकल कनेक्ट वाईफाई कनेक्ट नहीं हुआ एक सेकंड स्क्रीन फुल टीम कराएंगे वाईफाई नहीं चल रहा है
नेक्स्ट जाएंगे इसमें ये कैसे होता है
वाईफाई का कनेक्ट करना मेरे पास सही है चेक कर मेरे फोन से गलती नहीं है
सिर्फ साइड में मैं तो गलती नहीं बताई कहाँ से
I'm trying. ठीक है तो इसके ये मैडम अब ये कुछ मुंह ही नहीं है।
नेटवर्क की वजह से इशू हो रहा है। On drive. Who is this? I got it from our college.
Which
So I have put
Which
my
college you are?
content in it. JNC with that.
वो डॉक्टर साहब पर अब डॉक्टर साहब बताइए हम इसको हाँ
I'm very bad in technology. Shall I send it to mail?
ए मेल पे सेंड करवा दे, मेल पे सेंड करवा दे।
नहीं मेलिंग तो नहीं
खुल गए ना।
नहीं खुलता नहीं
रहने दो, मेल कीजिए आप मेरे को। ये किसकी मेल आईडी? Who is this मेल आईडी? सरबजीत कौन है? इसको मेल कीजिए आप। घुस कैसे होगा? नहीं घुसेगा सर, नहीं घुसेगा एक्चुअली। वो लैपटॉप वालों के 3.5 पुराने MB की है, इसमें मत कीजिए
सर। ओके, सौरभ कहाँ से आए?
सोलापुर वर्धा। सोलापुर मेरा होम टाउन है, वर्धा में मैं पढ़ रही हूँ MD इमरजेंसी मेडिसिन।
तो आप भी उनके स्टूडेंट?
किसके स्टूडेंट?
इंडिविजुअल वालों के।
तो वो दोनों मेरे जूनियर्स है।
ओह माय गॉड। SOURA
SOURA
डॉट
डॉट
MUKS KH
हाँ
S
हाँ
2000 @gmail.com। जा रहा है कोई, मेरे भाई एक का तो करो।
ठीक है, ये तो वीडियो ऑफ कर लो।
अच्छा, भी नोट कर दो। PPT
में, हाँ PPT में है।
एक सेकंड उसका हो गया। ये हो गया पंच।
सारे फोटोज हैं।
डाउनलोड किया था।
व्हाट्सएप पे खुला है।
व्हाट्सएप खुला ना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, व्हाट्सएप खुली।
किया था, एडमिट किया था इनको, एडमिट किया था
तीनों
स्क्रीन से ये
दिक्कत नहीं सर, सब कर देंगे यार, इतना टेंशन नहीं लेना, बैठा हूँ।
क्या
एक कितनी लाइट
उसको
ये आप कीजिए एक तब तक। लिखिए बड़ी छोटी PPT है।
फॉर्मेट उतना ही दिया था तो उसमें ही डाल दिया मैंने सब कुछ।
अरे फॉर्मेट तो 50-60 भी डाल दो
सर। ये डाउनलोड किया आप कर रहे हैं इसने।
तीन पेपर है। हाँ
मानी तक नहीं, हम भी 3 डालते थे, हम डालते थे अलग अलग।
नहीं, हमारे PG में कंपलसरी एक और पेपर पब्लिश होने चाहिए।
एक बारी में
हाँ
ये सब होता है कि एक बारी में होने चाहिए।
नहीं तो पेपर लिखने नहीं देते, सो आई हैड टू।
भाई अच्छा एक ही बार में।
हाँ
सभी मैम चाहता है 3 पेपर भेजिए, डाउनलोड कीजिए
थैंक यू सो मच।
और करवाइए कुछ। नेट कहाँ से?
आप कहाँ से हो? IT हो गया?
IT नहीं हुआ है, वी आर फेस स्टूडेंट।
वो वाह,
PhD फाइनल ईयर है तो एक प्रोफेसर है, एक PhD फाइनल ईयर।
तो आपको भी कंपलसरी रहता है?
फिर क्या हमारे पेपर के हमारे ये वाले पेपर हमारे खतरनाक वाले हैं जिसको आने में 2-3 साल लग जाता है। सब का फिर मीठा मतलब हमारे मिनिमम 30 रिजेक्शन तो है।
डाउनलोड क्यों नहीं हो रहा है?
नेट स्लो चल रहा है।
अरे यार सर,
जब लोग को नेट कर 1 सेकंड नहीं आ रहा।
अरे यार कहाँ सर? हम दूसरे डॉक्टर साहब हैं, अलग तरह के डॉक्टर साहब हैं।
बिना
हो गई नहीं। आई थिंक तो करूँ सर ज्वाइन कीजिए आप क्या लैपटॉप सर मेरे इसको मेरे आप में भी सुनिश्चित की है इसमें पेंड्राइव लग जाएगी आपकी पेंड्राइव थी ना सर पेंड्राइव आपके पास थी ना
अरे लो चलो
पेंड्राइव जोड़िए आप पहले दिक्कत ये इसकी सिस्टम
प्रेजेंटेशन जारी की रही है आगे आ रही है
अरे you have done okay सच्ची ये वाला फर्स्ट है मेरा
चल गया चलो
मैं स्टार्ट करूँ
ठीक है ना उसको
नहीं मेरा अलग है उसका अलग है
मतलब एक ही साथ नहीं होगा मतलब एक साथ नहीं होगा फिर चेंज करती रहेगी
Okay. So
ऑनलाइन पार्टिसिपेंट क्या नहीं कर पा रहे हैं पैसे नहीं अब देख हाँ हाँ हाँ
So we have our next speaker having the ID's number is 449, 489 and 523. So she will show the all three slides okay together. Okay ma'am. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Dr. Shubha Kadadi. I am presenting the original article which I have done on integrated AI framework for automated detection of anterior wall myocardial infarction and quantitative coronary stenosis assessment. So I'll be telling the introduction, methodology, results and discussion, conclusions and the references I have used. So introduction, anterior wall myocardial infarction involves the LAD artery supplying a large myocardial territory and carries high risk of adverse outcomes. Standard ECG-based STMI identification is subject to inter-physician variability. Studies show clinician accuracy ranges from poor to suboptimal level. Coronary angiography is the reference standard for culprit lesion identification, but mutual stenosis assessment is subjective and variable. AI and deep learning enable direct analysis of raw 12-lead ECG signals to detect subtle ischemic patterns beyond rule-based criteria. An integrated AI workflow linking ECG-based MI detection
and quantitative angiographic stenosis estimation can reduce variability and accelerate the diagnosis. Objectives: to develop a deep learning model for automated detection of anterior wall MI using raw 12-lead ECG signals. And the other important objective is to design an AI-based system to quantitatively estimate coronary artery stenosis from angiographic images focusing on LAD artery lesions. So in methodology, this was conducted in our hospital. What we actually did is the patient who were coming to the emergency department who had MI, their data was being recorded for a 1-year span, and this data, including the comorbidities of the patient, mainly hypertensive, diabetic, smoking, which are the risk factors for MI, was recorded, and the ECG was well studied. So for 1 year, this data we have kept, and later we gave it to our college engineering institute to work it on MI. So finally what we concluded is angiography is one method by which we get to know the percentage of stenosis, which as a doctors we were doing it, but using it with AI, we easily got to know the percentage of stenosis, which helped in treating the patients accordingly. Example, any patient coming in window period, that is between 6 to 12 hours, immediately when we get to know the stenosis is around 60 to 100%, immediately we have to intervene. That can save the patient's life. So this was done easily with the help of AI. So this was my methodology, and results finally concluded that using AI helped us to diagnose easily rather than just doing it without. So same thing. Thank you. How many patients that we have this week? Around 100 patients we need.
Next. AI. First one.
So my second article is the review article, the topic of which is artificial intelligence versus airway ultrasound for early prediction of difficult laryngoscopy in the emergency department. So I'll be speaking about the introduction, objectives, review of literature, results and the references used. So to introduction, airway ultrasound is one of the difficult entity in emergency department. In this group of patients, a review of literature was conducted where any patient coming to the emergency department requiring intubation, which is a life-saving procedure. So this has to be done immediately within 2 minutes, which we were doing it manually using the ultrasound. But during the ultrasound, 2 parameters I have seen, that is skin to epiglottis distance and tongue thickness, which was done manually using the ultrasound. So in this whole method, what we did is, we have collected the data. The 2 parameters, what we used is ultrasound parameters, skin to epiglottis distance and tongue thickness. So that data was saved, and based on that, we were interpreting whether the patient requires intubation or no. As it is a life-saving procedure, it has to be done within 2 minutes. Using the AI, it helped us to come to a better conclusion that whether this procedure has to be done or no. Example, earlier what we used to take the duration of 2 minutes, with the help of AI that was reduced to 1 minute. So that helped in doing the procedure quickly and saving lives. This topic.
Same thing I wrote. Introduction and the objectives, review of literature,
results. So final result, focus that is point of care ultrasound help us in accuratizing the intubation procedure which is required and minimizing the time duration so that the procedure is done quickly and we get the results which will save the patient's life. Thank you. AI model. Able to recall mention this. Can I just CNNS?
No, this one. Stroke.
So, I'm going to present the review of literature which I have done on AI-based CT angiography for early detection of large vessel occlusion in acute ischemic stroke. So I'll be covering introduction, methodology, review of literature, results, discussion, and the challenges. Same acute ischemic stroke, it is the blockage in the artery because of which a particular area of the brain is not receiving blood supply. It has a window period that is 4 to 4.5 hours. If within this hour the blockage in the artery is dissolved, then the blood supply to the brain will be regained because every 1 minute 1.9 billion neurons are lost. That is, these neurons, one dead, cannot be reversed back. So once any patient has neurological deficit, cannot come back to his life. So this 4.5 hours is very important. So earlier what we were doing is, as soon as patient arrived to our emergency department, we used to assess the patient clinically and immediately shift the patient for CT scan. Based on which we get to know how much artery is being blocked and the percentage of blood supply stopped to the brain. Based on which we are deciding whether to thrombolize the patient or no. That is whether to give the injection or take the patient for procedure to start the blood flow. This was done manually by interpreting the CT reports. Now, with the help of AI, earlier the time taken to do this was around 30-35 minutes. With the help of AI, that is machine learning, the data was being fed and the duration of 30 to 35 minutes have come down to 15 minutes. So whenever patient arrives to ED, this whole procedure has to be done within 1 hour. With the help of AI, that duration has been reduced to 15 minutes. So that helps in preventing the neurological deficit because once the neurons lost cannot be regained back. This is what I have explained in this review of literature, and this is how AI has helped it. Thank you.
any kind of questions from the ma'am? No?
ID number 311. Please come to.
So it's all right, don't worry.
उनके पास ऑप्शन है म्यूट करने का, वो कैसे नहीं कर पा रहे मुझे नहीं पता। यहाँ पे तो खुल रहा है, उनकी हमारी आवाज़ पहुँच रही है, पर सही इशू है। और जो ऑनलाइन है वो आ पा रहे हैं क्या?
सबका चल रहा है, मस्त चल रहा है। एक काम होता है, मैं ये लॉग आउट करके फिर लॉग इन करोगे।
यहाँ पे दूसरे में लॉग हो गया, जिससे चलेगी हमारे वाले से।
The topic is artificial intelligence approaches for exploring the microbiota gut-brain connection. The outline for the presentation is introduction, methodology, results, and discussion. Results, results and discussion, conclusion, and reports. The introduction for the article is the MGM, that is microbiota gut-brain. It is a bidirectional communication network connecting the gut microbes with the brain and central nervous system. The objectives for the article is to understand the role of the microbiome in human health disease, to explore the application of AI, to analyze how AI is used. The methodology used is metagenomics, metagenomics nuclear-based data sets. The results of the review is DNA and HGB boost showed the highest accuracy in microbiome data analysis. The ML model successfully predicted the and cognitive decline. The challenges and ethical considerations which were faced using the article was small and heterogeneous data set reduce model reliability, the risk of overfitting in complex AI models, ethical concerns in AI-driven clinical decision making. The discussion for the article is AI-enabled analysis of complex high-dimensional microbiome data sets. Current AI applications show how strong the potential in neurological and psychiatric research are. Prospect for the same article, it goes for the development of the larger multi-complex microbiome data sets, real-world clinical validation of AI-based microbiome gut-brain. So, this AI transforming microbiome gut-brain axis research, improving the biomarker discovery, disease prediction, and personalized treatment strategy.
It is.
Need पानी अब इसकी मेरे से तो इसको मिल तो इसको मिल के लगा इस पे क्या से तो वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ इसको फिर से प्लीज फॉरवर्ड करो स्पैम करके दे जाएगा यस ठीक है पीछे में तो वहाँ पे रहेगी नहीं उसको सेंटर में दिखाया गया ठीक है
Instead of only discussing about COVID medically, we have students today we mainly want to focus on how AI models can predict cardiovascular complication on early diagnosis using ECG signals. The key idea of this slide is that COVID-19 is not only a respiratory disease, instead it is now recognized as a systemic disease impacting the heart. That is where AI becomes important because AI models can simultaneously analyze ECG signals, biomarkers, and oxygen saturation. The objectives are to review how COVID-19 led to the myocardial infarction through the biological mechanism, to evaluate AI and ML model capable of predicting post-COVID-19 cardiac events. The methodology used begin by explaining that this slide compares traditional machine learning models with deep learning approaches. The SHAP graph ranks the medical parameters according to their influence on AI prediction. The results of the graph, the bar graph compares the traditional ML, deep learning, and hybrid models using 4 parameters that are accuracy, sensitivity, specificity, and ROC. This supports the biological theory that the post-COVID-19 cardiovascular complications are closely linked to inflammation and abdominal clotting. Challenges and ethical considerations which are considered while writing the review article. Those are the missing and inconsistent data across electronic health records, the being explored mote, that is synthetic minority oversampling, class weights adjustment. Technical challenges involves the class imbalance. MI occurs only in 5 to 15% of COVID patients. The AI intervention, our AI algorithm analyzes the ECG and imaging and biomarker data to detect the myocardial infarction risk early. AI-driven intervention supports personalized treatment and reduces the mortality risk. Discussion is that the ML model effectively captures the non-linear relationship that traditional statistical methods may miss. The finding supports the concept of the post-COVID-19 syndrome affecting the vascular endothelium and coagulation pathways. Future prospects are explainable AI framework to make predictions interpretable for clinicians and expansion of research into long COVID cardiac events beyond the acute. In this research article, I told talked about the AI is important for predicting the myocardial infarction rate after COVID-19. And recently opened on Icitsif the same topic. With the help of the assessment and survey, we are calculating the risk of the MI which is present in the patient with COVID. In this article, the post-COVID-19 myocardial infarction, which is very significant and well documented by the doctors as well. The key clinical and lab parameters are significant predictors of cardiovascular risk. Use of ECG was well significant seen in COVID-19 period, so using that as an AI for early symptoms.
Online speakers are audible. If I'm audible, then the 410 speakers are there. Please raise your hand also if you can hear us.